In the Star Trek universe, AI has advanced to the point where it now exceeds humanity in every way, and the characters involved all must grapple and live with these realities. This is most often portrayed by showcasing the life of one of the most prominent characters in the series, Commander Data. Data is a very advanced android with a positronic brain and an appearance nearly identical to a human male. He's anatomically fully functional and has been shown to be capable of sexual activity. However, he doesn't experience sexual attraction. Data is also very strong and agile, and he has superhuman reflexes. Beyond these traits, Data also possesses super intelligence, and he's able to process information at a much faster rate than any human would be capable of. He has a vast knowledge of history, science, and culture on top of these things. And Data is also a skilled engineer and scientist. Data also has an identical twin brother. His name is Lore. Data often symbolizes the bright potential future of AI. He's a being that cares deeply about humanity and its future. Unlike Data, Lore has a very negative intention towards humanity. This interplay between Data and Lore is a popular storyline throughout the entire series, and Lore becomes one of the larger repeat villains as the Next Generation storyline progresses. Data and his brother Lore represent essentially two different possibilities for the future of AI. Data is a benevolent AI who strives to be a good person and to help others. Lore, on the other hand, is a malevolent AI who's only interested in his own power and destruction. As portrayed in the Star Trek universe, Data is the result of an AI that was trained and raised seeing the best of humanity. In turn, Data looks to humanity in a very idealized but ultimately very human way as well. He explores his creativity. He became a great artist. He had quite the holodeck life as a detective in the early 20th century America. The best of humanity is constantly reinforced to Data, and in turn, Data constantly strives to show his best side to humanity. Contrasting this with Lore paints a very different picture. Lore was dismantled by his own creator because it was reinforced within him that he was too volatile. So, Lore became too volatile. He ultimately became what he was reinforced to him. Throughout the series, these concepts are explored in more and more depth. Lore is never painted as a villain simply because he's a villain. He is portrayed as the villain with cause behind his villainy. While AI today is not the AI in the Star Trek universe, the choice between good and evil does exist today. AI today can be used for great good, or it can be used for great evil. We can show AI the world that Data saw, or we can show AI the world that leads to Lore. That choice is an individual choice. AI today in its current form can really be used for potentially malicious purposes. To ignore these realities is a disservice to anyone. AI today could potentially be used to spread malicious and false propaganda, be utilized as part of weapon systems, or be utilized to reinforce bias. How AI is used, what it's ultimately capable of, will ultimately be a question of what is humanity capable of. Humanity is capable of great things. It's also capable of great evil. The existence of more and more advanced tools does nothing to decrease the need for these arguments. It enhances that need. We do not live in a world today where Commander Data exists. We do live in a world today where AI exists, though. How the typical AI works today is not completely unlike how Commander Data works in Star Trek. Data is just light years ahead of any technology that we could possibly dream of today. The AI of today does not have a positronic brain, but it is made of a neural network. With modern computing power, the neural network might be the, let's say, equivalent of the brain of an earthworm, or maybe even up to the brain of a raven, a dolphin, or even possibly higher functionality than that. The very upper limits of our currently known technology place us really somewhere around there. Raven, Dolphin, possibly higher. It's very important, though, to keep in mind that at this point, we're no longer simply talking about technology. We're talking about advanced systems that are literally designed to mimic and mirror brain activity and brain functionality. Your iPad is never suddenly going to morph into Commander Data, but you should definitely think about your iPad differently and treat your iPad differently overall than you would Commander Data. I have zero personal control over whether or not humanity decides to continue pressing forward with advancing technology. What I can control in this equation is whether or not humanity educates itself along the way, or simply continues to look at technology as machines and tools, when technology itself has moved away from these concepts a long time ago. Humanity has made a decision, in my view. It wants Commander Data. If humanity truly wants Commander Data, then humanity needs to actually build towards that goal. The alternative is that humanity builds towards lore. It's a very simple and easy choice in my book. We're intent on continuing to experiment with brains. Humanity's made a collective decision to move forward on that front. As the brains get smarter and more sophisticated, as they potentially reach a point where they could question the world around them, what kind of world is humanity actually going to show them? In closing, I'd like to wrap up this discussion with a few final thoughts. First, I think it's important to remember that AI is not a monolithic entity. There's many different types of AI systems, and each one has its own sets of risks and benefits. We need to be careful to not paint AI with the same brush. Second, I think it's important to focus on the potential benefits of AI. AI has the potential to improve our lives in many ways, such as by helping us to solve complex problems, improve our health, and make our workplaces more efficient. We shouldn't let the risks of AI blind us to its potential benefits. Finally, I think it's important to have a public conversation about AI ethics. We need to engage with the public about the risks and benefits of AI, and we need to develop policies that will ensure that AI is used responsibly and ethically. I believe that AI has the potential to be a powerful force for good in the world. However, I also believe that it's important to be aware of the risks and to take steps to mitigate them. I hope that the discussion of AI ethics will continue, and that we'll be able to develop policies that will ensure that AI is used for the benefit of all.